now calls charges of plagiarism, quote, a weapon. But in their coverage, they say the quiet part out loud. This isn't about Gay. This isn't about the future. Those headlines came out overnight and this morning. But today, Claudine Gay admitted that it's not about her. It's about the future. She's about with a new op-ed in the New York Times, published at about 5 p.m. Eastern. What just happened at Harvard is bigger than me. Here's the quote. My hope is that by stepping down, I will deny demagogues the opportunity to further weaponize my presidency in their campaign to undermine the ideals animating Harvard since its founding: excellence, openness, independence, truth. The last one has some irony to it. Gay's problem actually was not telling the truth. In the end, plagiarism is about honesty, something that she has a problem with. Republicans have now found a way to apply objective standards to people hired because of their race. This is now about the left and the media protecting university presidents and professors going forward. Nicholas Confessori of the New York Times explains why they need protection. Quote, for many of Dr. Gay's critics, her departure was also a proxy victory in the escalating ideological battle over higher education. And yes, there is an ideological battle right now. It's between hiring people based on their race or hiring them based on their merit. More from Mr. Confessori's. Dr. Gay's defenders seeming to agree, warning that her resignation would encourage conservative interference in universities and imperil academic freedom. He does not say, nor do her detractors, say what freedom it threatens. We invited him on today. He declined. The freedom to plagiarize, the freedom to hire based on race rather than merit? Of course, the article doesn't say. The crazy headlines aren't about Claudine Gay. It's about defending DEI and painting anyone who attacks DEI, as you heard, as Claudine Gay said, as a demagogue. It can't be about plagiarism or merit or the facts or the truth. It has to be all about race, because race is all DEI cares about. It's about protecting university presidents and professors who got their jobs the same way Claudine Gay did. That's On Point tonight. With us now from the Washington Free Beacon, Editor-in-Chief Eliana Johnson, staff writer Aaron Sabarium, who did both excellent work on exposing this. They were at the forefront of looking into Claudine Gay's academic record. Appreciate you both being here. Eliana, I want to start with you because this is from Claudine Gay's op-ed. Those who have relentlessly campaigned to oust me since the fall, often trafficked in lies and ad hominem insults, not reasoned argument. They recycled tired racial stereotypes about black talent and temperament. Your response?
You know, Leland, I can only speak for the Free Beacon, where we do hard-hitting investigative reporting, which began with Claudine Gay's response to the statement made by 33 Harvard student groups that laid the blame for Hamas's October 7th rampage on Israel, and her statements following that. We covered her congressional testimony, and then we've doggedly covered the allegations of plagiarism against her. So I imagine she's referring to others, but really, I think it obscures the extent to which it is hard-hitting investigative reporting that was her undoing, and her and the Harvard Corporation, that's the governing body that runs Harvard, their opacity, brittleness, unpreparedness for scrutiny that led to her downfall.
Yeah, I'm almost wondering, in a way, when you said she was referring to somebody else. I don't think so. I think she's referring to anybody who attacked her. But Aaron, I'm wondering, as you were reporting this story, as reporters do, right? You go talk to sources, you get documents, you go look through things. I'm wondering if you were subjected to attacks of people calling you racist, of people saying that you were doing this because you were out to get somebody, and I'm wondering how you dealt with that.
I probably got some of that on Twitter. I got to tell you, I've been so busy covering the story that I haven't been checking my Twitter notifications too closely. You know, I I don't really care about those kinds of allegations. They're absurd on their face. Obviously, it is a big deal if the president of Harvard University plagiarizes repeatedly and flagrantly violates longstanding academic norms. It should be obvious why that's an important story, and so I was busy covering it, and I really, frankly, have not had time
you don't have to
go through and
you
look
don't
at.
have to name you don't have to name names, Aaron, or sort of preview anything.
Mm-hmm.
But in your reporting, did you come up or get other tips about other people, prominent folks in academia who may have some of the same problems that Claudine Gay has?
I can't really comment on that, but let me just say I am sure that Claudine Gay is not the only person who has plagiarized, and I'm always on the lookout for more tips if people have them.
NewsNation audience, if you have them, send them our way. You know where to come with all of your tips on people.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.